My 23F boyfriend, 23 meters, cheated on me while I was undergoing treatment for cancer. Should I still forgive him or break up? Just when I thought I hit rock bottom with my cancer diagnosis in the middle of a pandemic at my mid-20s, my boyfriend cheated on me. It's like being dragged through the dirt after an already painful fall. He told me it's a one-time thing, he regretted it in the middle of the act and didn't push through with it. He came clean to me a few days later and repeatedly apologized for his mistake. It was with an acquaintance after a night of drinking with other friends. They did things, but did not have actual sex. This happened a few days ago just as I ended my last chemotherapy session. I'm yet to have my last scan to see if I'm already in remission. I will have that scan in a few weeks. We had a relatively healthy relationship prior to this. We've been together for 4 years now. He is kind and honest. No manipulation whatsoever. When he came clean I even thought it was a prank since I couldn't imagine him doing this sort of thing. When I got diagnosed, I gave him the option to break up. He stayed. He was there for me throughout the entire treatment and didn't show any signs of dissatisfaction over our relationship. In explaining why he did such a thing, he told me he got flattered that someone showed interest in him. He also made it clear that this was not about me having cancer and undergoing treatment. I don't know what to do. I'm so lost. I can imagine myself forgiving him, but I'm not sure if I should still get back together. I don't think I should be dealing with something as big as this right now. Edit. Thank you guys for the well wishes. I hope to survive this illness and move past this chapter of my life soon. He is kind and honest. No manipulation whatsoever. He can't be too kind of a person if he cheated on you while you're battling a cancer diagnosis, can he? Whether or not he regretted it halfway through, the fact of the matter is he still cheated on you. He was in control of his actions, he knew what he was doing, and you need to find better. I'm really sorry about your diagnosis and I wish you the best. You shouldn't have to deal with this right now. What your BF did was entirely on him and it's totally our thing to do. But, let me ask you for now, do you have a support system other than your BF? People you can rely on to help you through the next few weeks? Yes. My immediate family members are my primary caregivers. My boyfriend and I don't live together. If he was being considerate, he'd give himself a hand instead of even thinking about stepping out of a relationship, especially when you gave him the option to break up. I've always said, thoughts are like farts. Some are harmless, some are really offensive, but you usually have a choice where and how to express them. It's fine to have fantasies, but don't express them or act on them if they're going to cause someone pain, especially if it's your so. This may get buried, but I wanted to share my experience. Husband and I are also young, 20s, and he went through testicular cancer in 2017. Speaking as his partner, I will say that it is a trying and confusing time for sure, but it never crossed my mind to cheat on him. You say that you're dealing with a cancer diagnosis/treatment during the pandemic, so I assume this has been over the course of less than 1 to 2 years. Not to diminish your experience or anyone else's, but for some people, cancer is enduring and can last years or even the duration of their life. And your boyfriend couldn't hold on for how long? Honestly, as a fellow human being, sex/whatever is great, but you have all your life to do that. He couldn't wait through cancer because he was flattered. And know that if you two are together for the long haul, you can look forward to a lifetime of many ups and downs, and here now he's shown you how he is when things get rough. Were the roles reversed, how would you treat your partner in this scenario? As a side note, I'd if you realize this, but not breaking up with you while you have cancer isn't really all that worthy of recognition. I obviously don't know all the ins and outs of your situation, nor his level of involvement, but I just wanted to share that just in case. Sorry, I don't know how much of this is helpful, but this is a reflexive dump on my perspective on the situation. Feel free to reply or ignore. What happens the next time someone shows interest in him? Yeah, the next time he gets flattered. Lol. I just got tested to see how I would react and now I'm confused. I don't really know how to start this, it's pretty bizarre to me. I was talking to a girl and she had a massive rant at me after I said I'm always here to help. She quickly replied that I don't want help. I don't fucking want help and I just said, alright, I'll leave you to it but I'm here for you. That was the wrong answer apparently. She was testing me to see if I was truthful, which doesn't even make sense in the context of things. Instead of telling me she needed space, she told me I don't want help. As a guy, am I missing some sort of mind-reading power? Told her to just say you need space next time, and since then she had stopped responding to me. I don't even know what I did wrong or what I was truthful about. Should I even bother trying to sort it out or just let it be? I feel like testing is a red flag that should be avoided. For the time being I blocked her on socials and just sent a text saying I was truthful about everything, but I'm not going to bother trying to convince you otherwise. You seem pretty convinced I'm not to be trusted. Hoped she was alright and told her I enjoyed our time together. I am very thoroughly confused about it all. This is your cuter walk. Anyone willing to test their partner isn't someone who is ready for a relationship. Healthy interpersonal relationships don't involve passive-aggressive tests. Just leave her be and move on. She is giving you a clear image of what a mess it would be to be in a relationship with her. She has clear trust issues, boundary issues and honesty issues. As a woman, I am saying you should walk. There are girls who normalize this behavior, and they are never good people. This is a huge, red banner. I once knew a girl who would test her boyfriend, and whenever he failed, she'd verbally abuse him and then manipulate him into staying with her. It almost became a game to her, to see what she could blame him for / accuse him of. No rational person would pull a stunt like this. Please get out now. People who do this, do it because they're very insecure about their worth and need to make the people around them bend over backwards to show that they care about them. It's not wrong to be wanted, but to go about it this way is incredibly immature and manipulative. Nah, leave her blocked. Should I even bother trying to sort it out? No, just let it be. Yes, I feel like testing is a red flag that should be avoided. It is. Wife caught sexting other men. 33 meters here. Sorry in advance for any mistakes, I am on mobile. So here it goes. On Saturday night my wife and I went on a date without the kids and she brought up the topic of opening up our marriage. I was not expecting that to ever come out of her mouth because she always told me she would never share me with anyone. I was violently thrown out of my comfort zone. I still had the conversation with her to find out what this might look like for us, what she is looking for, how she is looking to grow from this, etc. She really didn't have any good answers to any of these questions. This was a red flag for me because usually my wife has researched a topic inside and out, but with this I think she literally said something along the following: while we are young, let's fuck. This is extremely out of character. So I gave her my reservations and told her I would think about it, like how to deal with jealousy. Is this something that could be good for both of us? What are the boundaries, etc. The next day I brought it up again. Told her I was very happy she felt comfortable enough with me to discuss her needs / desires. I said that I would be willing to attempt something, but it would need to be something we engage in as a couple, swinging with another couple we are comfortable with. I also told her I would not be comfortable with us going out on our own to look for connections, so no one-on-one with anyone, things of that nature. She started to backpedal and just said, well, I guess it's something we won't do and I will be fine with it. So here is another red flag to me. I started to feel that she may already have someone in mind, or worse, has already engaged in that activity without bringing anything to me first. The feeling kept eating at me and I know I should not have done, but while she was sleeping last night I took her phone. I read through some recent messages with a co-worker of hers and it seemed a little flirtatious, but hey, I can see that peppered in when you spend that much time with someone. So I moved to Reddit. I checked what she posted and it was a few pictures of herself on /rate me. The comments seemed fine. She is boat a day, I fucked up, and got wonderful ratings. Some comments were a little racy but she hadn't responded to them, so I thought nothing of it. Then I checked her dad's and wow, I almost wish I hadn't. There were loads loads of messages from other guys. She was flirting, they were flirting, then in some of them, probably 5 or 6, I could tell they were more. There was flirting and some pretty erotic stuff, ending with them swapping Snapchat info. With everything being deleted on there, I have no idea what she actually sent. She admitted to flirtatious messages and a couple of nude shots of herself. She says nothing ever got physical and that she created this fantasy for herself so she could harbor attention from others for who she is now. Then I found another message, again very much of the same, and he started asking her what made her want to work on opening her marriage. Her response ripped my heart out. She said she had an affair with someone at work and that I do not know about it. Then goes on to say it awakened a newfound sexual exploration for her and that it was lucky for me. The rest of it just ended with them getting on Snapchat. I confronted my wife last night because I could not sleep. She claims it was all a fantasy to make herself feel better about herself and who she has become. She says it has nothing to do with me or our relationship or anything lacking in our relationship, but it sure as hell does not feel that way. When I asked her about the message, she wrote admitting her infidelity. She said that it was something that she made up to tell the man she was messaging. She said she created a story and sold it to him. I don't buy it though. I feel so betrayed, confused, lonely, and angry with her. We have 2 kids together and it would be a messy divorce, but I do not believe I will ever be able to trust her again. Does anyone have any advice for me or going through a similar issue? Sorry this was long, but I have been on zero sleep and sitting at my desk at work trying not to cry typing this. Thanks in advance. And she brought up the topic of opening up our marriage. She is currently cheating on you, and wants retroactive permission. She started to backpedal and just said, well, I guess it's something we won't do and I will be fine with it. Probably know the guy or guys she is fucking right now. She may already have someone in mind, or worse, has already engaged in that activity without bringing anything to me first. Yeah, your gut is talking to you. Listen to your gut. She said she had an affair with someone at work and that I do not know about it. Then goes on to say it awakened a newfound sexual exploration for her and that it was lucky for me. Cheaters will continue to cheat on you over and over, until you leave the relationship. This isn't the only time she has cheated. Look man, you shouldn't be on Reddit looking at replies. You should be talking to a lawyer. Your wife is a fucking dirtbag cheater who needs to be kicked to the curb now. Today. Edit, don't have sex with her again and get STD tested right away. Edit, thanks for the silver. She was planning on cheating or already has and had a guy lined up. This was her way of trying to not to feel bad about it. I have been coming to the same conclusion as well. I see that you are most often replying to the one person in this thread that is telling you that you should stay with your wife. Let me summarize that line of thinking so that you can hit all the usual points. 1. Everyone makes mistakes. 2. She still loves you. 3. You can come out stronger. 4. There's a reason she cheated. 5. You aren't perfect. It's all bullshit. Of course, because you're going to try to tiptoe around the cold, harsh nature of reality and try to deceive yourself into thinking that you should stay in the marriage. Underneath the covers, reality is rather simple. A gigantic lack of respect lead her to cheat on you and trick you. You know you deserve better. But if you don't respect yourself enough to do the right thing, then you'll have to spend the next 5+ years repeatedly trying to push down your instincts. I know, this is all just so recent. Hasn't even been 24 hours since confronting her about the sexting. I am pissed off and so deeply hurt. There is a part of me that wants to hold on to the marriage, but I know that to be fear of the unknown and the history that we have already overcome together. The other part of me wants to get rid of her and never look back. Is that just the hurt and anger though? I just need time to think and decide for myself how I am going to be happy moving forward.